Welcome to another episode of Riding and Wrenching. I am your host, Q the Rider, and in today's episode, we are going to talk about motorcycle helmets, but not just any helmets. I'm talking about motorcycle helmets that are styled after the World War II Nazi helmets. In fact, I have an authentic World War II Nazi helmet that we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about the Nazi helmets and talk about how they've influenced motorcycle culture. I'm going to talk to you about the history of the Nazi helmets. We're going to talk about this helmet in particular and kind of go over it and do a review of it and look at some of the features and design elements of this helmet. And again, we're going to compare it to modern helmets so that we can see how the design elements go back to this Nazi helmet. All right, so let's get into it. So this helmet by collectors of war memorabilia is referred to as an M-35. And what that means is that this helmet was manufactured in Germany or by Germans from 1935 until 1940 when it was replaced by the M40. Now, in addition to the style of this helmet, everything about this helmet is functional. Everything from its color to the tone of the paint, the stickers, the lip that goes around the side, the cutout in the front, as well as everything you see inside of the helmet. So let's talk about some of these design elements. Now, a military helmet is designed to protect the soldier from shrapnel and other impacts. It's obviously not going to save you from everything, but this is a pretty heavy steel helmet. In fact, the German word for this helmet is, I'm going to pronounce this wrong, Steinhelm, which means steel helmet. Now, on the exterior of the helmet, you have vent holes on either side. And even the design of these vent holes has a purpose because there's a little lip, and that lip is designed to prevent water from flowing inside of the helmet. They're just there to allow airflow in and out of the helmet. When we look inside of the helmet, there's a helmet liner on the inside that's made of sheepskin. So it's very soft, and this is a very nice, well-preserved model here. In fact, there is a Nazi logo emblazoned into the sheepskin on here. I don't know if that makes this more authentic or if that was a reproduction, but that's what this particular helmet has. It also has a chin strap. Another feature of the helmet is that the helmet liner leaves a little bit of space in between your head and the helmet shell. And again, that gives you just a little bit more impact protection. So it's a very well-designed helmet. Changes were made to the helmet over time. Some changes were made to cut cost. Some were made to protect the soldiers. One of those things being these stickers on the side. In later versions of the helmets, they either would only use one sticker or no stickers at all, because these stickers were said to be targets for shooters. They had something to aim for, and these stickers proved to be that. So they started eliminating the stickers. So that's pretty much it about these helmets. Now, how did they come to America, which is a great question. A lot of soldiers are reported to have picked them up off the battlefield, maybe for trophies or as something to remind them of the work that they did fighting the Nazis, just to show that, hey, I killed a Nazi. So they brought them home and they saved them. Some of those soldiers were bikers, and so they started wearing them while they're riding motorcycles. And of course, that predates the DOT helmet laws, which didn't come about until 1972. So for a number of years, this would have made a fantastic motorcycle helmet as well, given that there probably weren't a lot of other options. Now, I actually found this helmet in my dad's house. My dad passed away recently, and in the course of cleaning out his house, I found this helmet as well as this red helmet next to me here. Now, my dad was an old school biker. He was a car racer, a welder, a mechanic, an auto body mechanic. He could pretty much fix anything. A lot of the work that I do on this channel is because of the time that I was able to spend with my dad. Now, this particular helmet, this is a traditional motorcycle helmet. It's a 3/4 helmet. There are snaps in the front, likely for a visor. And the only person I know who can make this helmet look cool is my dad. And you can see that he's wearing that exact same helmet in this picture. But when you look at this traditional motorcycle helmet compared to the style of the Nazi helmet, there is a big difference between the two. The Nazi helmet clearly looks a lot better. I also found some comments on a variety of forums that talked about there was, after the DOT helmet laws came about, some bikers wore them just as part of the biker counterculture, and the message was, if you're gonna make me wear a helmet, how do you like this one? You know, it's a helmet. And so it satisfied some of the laws without having to wear these fairly unattractive traditional motorcycle helmets. And the influence that the Nazi helmets had that started after World War II continues to this day. And a lot of helmets use styling cues from these Nazi helmets, as you can see with this novelty helmet. There's a striking resemblance between these two helmets, and it's very common throughout the design of half-shell helmets for motorcycles. Now, the M-35, there were variations of this helmet as well, some that did not include the brim that you see around the end. So if you can picture what that would look like, it would likely resemble your traditional motorcycle half helmet. And there's other modern helmets that copy some of the design elements of the Nazi helmet as well. As you can see with this helmet from Bell, it has a flared lip around the end, very similar to the German Nazi helmets. Now, some of the cool things about this helmet, you know, there's no obvious physical damage to it. Looking at the outside of the helmet, so whoever was whatever soldier or German soldier was wearing this helmet, they didn't die from a gunshot wound to the head, that's for sure. But there's other neat things in here, like this chin strap, you know, really not that big of a deal, except for the fact that soldiers reportedly didn't like to wear the chin straps, but the German military required them to wear them, in particular if there were cameras around. But there are, in some war footage films, occasionally you can see soldiers running across the battlefield with their hand on top of their helmet, and that was because they didn't like the chin straps. They didn't have it on, but they didn't want to lose their helmet. So that's just another neat piece of history about this helmet. Now, what am I going to do with this thing? I'm not going to wear it. One, it's too small. Two, it has a big swastika on the side of it, so yeah, I'm not going to wear it. You know, in addition to that, you know, it's a very nice piece of war memorabilia, and I just don't want to damage it or corrode it any more than it already has. My intention is to keep it for the time being. You know, maybe at some point, you know, I'll get rid of it, maybe sell it to a real collector who can appreciate, you know, this type of, you know, historical memorabilia or something else. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, to be honest with you, but you know, it was my dad's. I think that he picked this up sometime in the late 60s or maybe even the early 70s, and he's just held on to it for a long time. And so it's just neat to have, and I'll have it for a while. Okay, so that's all I have. I just wanted to share this with you. I thought it was pretty neat. You know, we've always heard about, you know, this helmet. You know, you can obviously see the design elements that are used in modern motorcycle helmets that were copied from this. And it was just neat to go over that, and I wanted to share it with you. So if you like this video, please leave me a comment in the comment section. Hit me with a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified when I have other content like this coming out in the future. I do have another interview that I'm planning with another old school biker, but that's about all I'm going to tell you. It's going to be fantastic, so you definitely, if you're interested in learning more about motorcycle culture, you definitely want to hear that video or watch that video, because it's going to be pretty interesting. Also, if you want to support the channel, please be sure to look in the description section of this video. There are a variety of Amazon affiliate links. You won't be able to buy one of these on there, although you can find them on eBay. But a variety of products that I use on the channel, I have affiliate links from Amazon, so please be sure to take a look at that. And that is all I have for today. This is Q. I'm riding, I'm wrenching, and I am out.